Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to once again be joined by Isabella Robusto of the Rev Racing late model program. Okay, let's talk about how you did at South Boston. Once again, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, the day started off with practice. It was the first time I was back in the late model in about 5 months. So kind of just getting my feet wet again and getting back into the groove of things. And the car was pretty good when we started out. We still needed to make a few adjustments to get it to where it was good to race. Ended up qualifying like 12th. I didn't drive the car hard enough like how I needed to. So we started pretty far back in the field, and then during the first race, I made my way back up into 8th, which was pretty good. I got a bunch of passing practice, which was kind of what I was struggling on last year. So it helped being able to pass cars and just trying to work my way back into things. And then they ended up inverting the field for the second race, and I started second for the second one. And I kind of messed up my start, which was another thing that I needed to work on from last year, and got better at.
Hi, Casey.
Oh, geez. Hi, Raja.
And then after that, I just kind of like stayed. I was pretty much side by side or double file or passing someone, doing something, except for probably about 5 laps in the last race. So it was pretty chaotic. And then I was going for 4th in, I would say, about 18 to go. And then we were side by side in the car up top, just came down on me and ripped off the front fender. So we had to come in a pit and tape that all up. So I saw a couple things off. And then by the time I was back out, the last 12 or so laps, I kind of just ran behind cars and ended up 9th. But it was a good day. The team was happy. We definitely made progress towards getting better at passing and just setting the car up to how I like it. We got to that point faster than we normally would. So overall, it was a good day.
That Raja in the background there?
Yeah, now he's gone. He was here. He was sitting there mocking me the whole time.
That's Raja. Hey, impressive win last night for him in the Monday Night League last night. I don't know if you caught that, but he had a pretty big win there. So kind of talk about like where you're heading for the next race.
Yeah, next race is in 2 weeks, and we're going to Tri-County. Hopefully there. That's one of my favorite tracks. I like how the track is. It's kind of like banked, but at the same time, it's really fast. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's twin 45s. So we'll have 2 shots of getting the win. I'm going to watch some film from last year and just get back to figure out where everything is. And I'm not sure who I'm going to be racing with. It's either going to be Raja or Regina. But hopefully we can work as a team and get the win.
Nice. Okay. So now we got, all the business out of the way. I want to, I created some kind of like some like fun questions, to ask, because you know me. We have to make this podcast interesting. I'm trying to grow an audience here. So okay. So what is your ideal type of car that you would like create or want to drive?
Like my favorite car, like
Yes.
What car? My favorite car, like my dream car.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
Okay. My dream car is probably an MC12. I just like how Maseratis look, and they're just like, they have the style to them that I feel is really cool. But I feel like I also want a Jeep. I don't know. I really want a Jeep. I mean, like, that's not a cool dream car because like tons of people have it, but I feel like Jeeps would be fun because you can do like all the different mods and stuff to them. So
Yeah, I have a Mazda, so I don't know if that counts for anything, but it's not my dream car, but I like it. We have a lot of Mazdas in our, driveway and stuff. So, okay. So, if there's like, if there's a form of racing that you would ever like want to try, what would you do?
I really liked the open wheel stuff for when I did go-karts and road courses. Like whenever we did road courses for legend cars and
Yeah.
bandoleros and all that, I was definitely one of the better ones just from the experience that I had in go-karting. So it would definitely be something like that, probably like F1, but I don't know. If I could try something, it would be an F1 car just because of
You,
how fast they are. And also the power to weight ratio is crazy. So
yeah.
I just would want to like experience that to myself. But it would have to be something on a road course. But I'm not sure
Well,
what car yet. Like
I mean, F1 only drives on road courses. So,
mhm.
hey, do you regularly watch F1?
I do when I have time. It's normally like once a month I'll watch one of
I
the
mean, it's
races.
like at
But
like 8 or 9 in the morning, and most of the races are like at 9 in the morning here. So it's like,
mhm,
perfect for, for me, it's like I can get up and I can watch Formula One. That's like the one series where I can just like, because you got to be impartial when you're covering all these races, even though you like know
mhm,
everybody and stuff. Um, F1's like one of those sports where like you just like I just kind of like, oh, I can just be a fan and just enjoy it because it's awesome. So I mean, it's like personality. I mean, I'd cover F1, but it's like, I don't know. Okay, so what's your ideal like road course track you want to race on?
that I want to race on.
Yes.
Oh, that's a hard one. I don't know. My favorite one that I've been to is AMP, and that's probably
What is
it's in
that?
Atlanta,
Are you talking
Atlanta
about Road
Motorsports
Atlanta?
Park.
Are you talking about Road Atlanta?
No, no, it's called AMP. It's kind of like a country club type place. Like people take out their like street cars and all that. But we did legend cars there, and that's definitely my favorite track. There's so many hills and curves and all that. There's tons of blind corners, which I really like.
Okay, you're referring to Atlanta Motorsports Park for those who know
Mm-hmm.
what AMP is. That's what you're referring to. So
Mm-hmm.
had to look that up really quickly. Um, okay, so if you could make your ideal like racing schedule, what would you have on
Hmm.
it? I
I
mean,
would definitely have Daytona.
yeah,
Daytona would be one because you got to go to Daytona.
of course.
I feel like Bristol because Bristol's also one of those tracks that are like stand out compared to everything else. Probably Phoenix. Phoenix seems fun. I would do Phoenix and then probably Las Vegas just because like you can go to Vegas after.
Yeah.
So,
Of course. No,
even on
okay,
the
here's the real question. Would you go to Vegas or would you go to the bull
ooh, ooh, that's a hard one.
ring?
I feel like the bull ring because just like I don't know. It's just different, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, the bull ring was awesome. That's where it's where you got the first female winner of the Arc Menard series, of course, Gracie Trotter. So that was pretty cool to watch. That was actually the first race I watched on Track Pass, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the Vegas Bull Ring's a great track. Um, okay, so I'm gonna name off a bunch of tracks, and then you tell me if you would race on them or not, if you had the choice.
Okay.
Okay, so these are only these are only if you would have a choice. Obviously, factors in. It's like, oh yeah, I don't want to go here. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Okay, so the first one is Texas Motor Speedway.
Yes, because it's so fast. I would definitely go there. I'd go there.
The next one is Michigan.
That would probably be on the lower of yes. Like yes, I would go, but it'd be like the lower side of yes.
Okay. Bowman Gray.
No. No.
I love when Bowman Gray gets brought up. It's just like he gets like all these personalities and stuff. It's like, ooh, okay. How about Belle Isle?
I don't know what that is.
That is a street course that typically the Indy cars run on.
Street courses, I want to do a street course at some point, so I would probably do that one.
Okay, so there's so a lot of people don't know, for people that don't watch, other forms of motorsports besides NASCAR. IndyCar has all these street courses. So like, they have, of course, Long Beach, St. Pete, Detroit, which is Belle Isle, and then of course the one in Toronto, and then there'll be the one in Nashville coming up. So, would you want to race at the Nashville Fairgrounds?
Probably. I feel like that would have a good crowd. Like the crowd there would be
Of
fun. So I would do it for the crowd.
course, you got to do it for the fans, right? Um, if the thing I've gotten a chance the last few weeks to, I've met you, Raja, LeVar, and I just talked with Regina. Out of the four of you, if the four of you had a race, who would win?
It depends. We went to GoPro the other day and I won at GoPro.
Well,
But go-karts are my background, so we kind of all expected that. But if it was anything on dirt, I would say LeVar's got all of us beat on dirt.
what if it was on what if it was on a road course?
I would probably have that too.
What about Daytona?
Daytona. I feel like Daytona is the luck of the draw. That's like the same. Like if we all just picked a random number, I mean, it's whoever's closest.
Okay, who would win it if the four of you raced at Bristol? Who would win?
I feel like Raja because that
Yeah.
if I ask him what track he's iRacing at, normally it's Bristol. Like 9 out of 10 times, I feel like whenever I ask him about iRacing, it's Bristol.
Yeah.
So he's probably got a ton of laps around there. So.
Okay. And one last thing, if the four of you raced at Martinsville, who would win?
I feel like Regina. She's the most like ruthless out of us all. So she would like drive it down in there and just move us out all out of the way. Like she'd be on the curb and we would all be like stuck outside.
Yeah.
Or I feel like it'd be me or her because the two of us would like move people to win if we needed to.
That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, I've met the four of you, and it's like, oh my god, it's like you guys are like so, you guys are so like, you guys are so alike. It's so funny. You guys all have your like own personality. It's awesome. So it's all right. Isabella, thank you so much for taking some time. Good luck in your next race. We'll talk to you maybe in a few months.
All right. Thank you.